Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So in PFTrack, before starting further work, first we have to create a new project. Then simply we have to click on project, then create. Then from here you can just give a name. Then from here you can select your folder or directory. Then click on confirm. So just we have created our project. After this we have to import our footage. So for this, simply in right side you will see these are our drives. So from here you can also select your folders and then you can select your footage like this. Suppose inside this, now just open this one. So inside PFTrack, and inside this, just this footage we have to select, and simply you can select and drag and drop into our tree area. This is our tree area. Or simply you can direct import from your folder. Just so this is our folder, and from here you can also select and simply just drag and drop into our tree area. Okay, so just I have simply imported our this footages. So after this you will see this is our camera view or our simply viewer or display area, whatever you can say. In downside you can see this is our timeline control, play, stop, all these things. Downside you will see these are parameters related to our footage. So here if you will see, this is our footage frame size and this is the frame rate. So if you know your footage frame rate, then simply you can type here. After this you can track your shot on that frame rate. This is important. Okay, so if you know, then eject. Here you can type your frame rate. After this you can track your footage. Otherwise by default it will take 25 fps. Now after this, first we have to cache our footage. Then simply click on just C icon. Now here we have cached. Now just play and check. Now here you can see your footage is playing in real time. Now just stop. Suppose if there is no enough memory for your caching footage, then simply click on settings. Then from here, before caching your footage, you can clear all cache memory. Okay, then click on clear. You can clear your all cache. Okay, now simply just cancel. Now so we have successfully cached our footage. Now just I am going to track our footage. So for this, simply right click on our footage and just from here in tracking category you can select auto track. So this is our simple method for adding any node in our tree area. Now in auto track, downside these are your auto track parameters. Now just simply click on preview. So just these points we are going to track. So if you want to increase your number of points, then simply in candidate number you can just type here and you can increase your points like this, maybe 100. So like this. Okay, so simply just I am going to track only 60 point here for this footage. So this is totally depends on your footage. After this, just simply click on auto track. Now here we have tracked our shot. So some other parameter is also important for our footage: luminance value and blur images. So suppose in footage if there is any noise, then simply you can enable your blur options, and if you have any luminance changing in your footage, then simply you can also enable this option. So these two options, it's totally depends on your footage. Okay, so just here we have tracked our shot. Now after this we have to just solve our camera. Now before solving our camera, if you want to just check your individual points accuracy, then from here you can select. After this you can just check here. So if any points is not accurate, then simply select, and downside you can delete this one before solving your camera. Okay, so till here we have tracked our shot with the help of auto tracker node. So if you want, you can also track your shot with the help of user feature or user tracker, or some particular points if you want you can track with the help of user tracker. So suppose just I want to some points on our table. So these points you can track with the help of user tracker, because your auto tracker is not detecting on points here. Okay, so for this just simply right click on our auto track node, click on tracking, then click on user track, then again double click here. So suppose here just I am going to track some points. So before tracking these points, just a little bit enhance our shot for better tracking. Then in downside in user track just click on enhance, and from here you can just a little bit adjust your contrast, all these things. So just click here color. Now from here you can adjust, like first contrast, then a little bit some gamma values. I think this is sufficient. If anything you can just enhance according to your footage. Now after this, again click on enhance. Now just I'm going to track some point like this or whatever points you have need. You can simply track with the help of user tracker. So just click on create. Now just simply just create a points here. So then simply click here. So just I have clicked here, and downside you can also see preview. So just this is our main point. So just from here you can also adjust like this, or from here you can also adjust whatever you feel sufficient, you can just adjust. So just I have placed on this point. So just I'm going to track this point. Now this is our search region, search area. So if you want, you can adjust like this. After this, just see in timeline you are in between of your timeline, then you have to track backward then forward. So both sides you have to track. So first just I'm going to track forward only, then downside. So these are tracking control parameter for user track. So just we have to click on here. This is frame by frame, and this is only forward track. So just I am going to click on forward track. Now click and just check. So just we have tracked. Now again just come here and paste CTI here. Now before this just we have to track. So just you have to click on here. So suppose while you are tracking your points, if you want to keep your point just in middle or just in center, then in downside you can simply click on center view. Okay, now just click here. So just we have clicked here. Now just track backward here and just focus on our points. So just we have clicked. Now you can see your point is stay in center while it's tracking your shot. Now see, oh, now here your tracking has failed because your luminance changement or any changements into your points, maybe color, blur, all this thing, maybe any region. So just little bit come here. So till here this is perfect. Okay, so before tracking further you have to clear these inaccurate tracking data, these. So for this just simply here R minus for just backward clear, and R plus for your clearing your forward data. So just we have to clear these data, then simply you have to click on R minus. Then if you want, you can just little bit adjust search region or search area. Then even points if you want to, then little bit you can also adjust. Then again you have to click on backward tracks. Even frame by frame also you can track if any problems like blurry or something is disturbing your point like this. Okay, so just I am going to again track here. Now if you want, you can just track your point frame by frame. So after some points, just again simply click here, then check here, maybe some point by frame. So in timeline you can see these are your frame by frame keyframes. Okay, now just track again forward. Now after that just let me adjust here. No, again stop or escape also you can press. So till here this is perfect, then just clear this one. Now after this again just let me adjust here. If you want in downside in luminance changes or blur, so you can also enable these values for this one because some noise is here. So if you want, you can just change blur, or if you want, you can also change your luminance because this is totally depends on your footage. Now again just click here. So we have tracked our first point. Now just I am going to track our second point, which is here. This now again click on create points and just simply you can click here. Now then adjust little bit, and if you want to just check all parameters, even you can also define your deformation, means rotation, scale, all these things. So just little bit I have clicked here rotation and also scale because our just little bit camera is rotating like this. Okay, so just now again click and just track. After that just again click here. Now just track before. So we have tracked successfully. Now suppose for explanation other parameter, just I am going to track one more point only for explanation. So just see, suppose this point just I am going to track. So again click on create and just click here. Okay, tracker 3. Now just track forward only. Just stop here. Suppose in case till here we have just successfully tracked our point, and after this, if this point is going outside of your frame or any region, if you don't want to track your points after this, then simply first, if you already have generated some data, then first you have to clear these data. So then simply you have to click on R plus or R minus. After this, if you don't want to track, then you have to hide your tracker, because after this your tracker is present while still it's not tracking. So you have to hide your tracker with the help of H plus or H minus. This is important. So just simply click on H plus, because here just I am going to forward like this. So just click on H plus. Yes, now you will see after this you will not see your tracker. Okay, so this is only for explanation. So just if you want, you can simply delete your points. So I don't need here, so just click and simply click on delete. So these are the techniques for your user points or user feature. Okay, so just only for explanation, just I have tracked 2 points. Remaining points you can track your requirements. Okay, if you want, you can also track this point here also. Okay, so just if you want, you can just track this point. So then again click on create. So in pftrack your project will be automatically saved. There is no save option, so it will save your all actions automatically. Now, so just for user trackers, we have tracked 3 points only for explanation. Remaining points you can track according to your requirements. Now just I am going to solve our camera. Right click on your user track, then solving, then simply click on camera solve. Now just double click here and downside click on solve all. So just we have solved our camera. Now just come in our errors. Now you can see here, okay, error little bit is high. So if you want to little bit adjust your error, then simply you have to click on trim here, then simply click on trim. Now from here with the help of polyline you can just little bit adjust your error. Now just adjust a little bit here. I think this is sufficient. Then you have to click on solve all or refinement. So then refine camera and just simply click on solve all again. So just we have a little bit refined our camera solve. So now just after that again click on camera here. So these are our camera parameters. Even you can also in translation and in rotation you can just click on medium smooth or medium smooth in both parameter. After this you can also solve your camera. So if you want, you can also little bit smooth your camera. So if you want, you can do. So just simply just click here, no smooth. So just till here we have solved our camera. Now after this just I am going to orient our scene. So for orienting our scene, just simply right click on camera solve, then click on utility and just click on orient scene. Then first select we have our origin. Just I have selected this point or any point, you can select this one. So just I have selected this one because most of the my focus on our table. So here just we have to place some character or whatever you want. Okay, then after that you have to click on just set origin. Now we have to little bit just orient our scene because this is not correct oriented. So here just we will explain 2 methods. First, by default, so most of the people use just only rotation scale like this. So if you want, you can just select from here in edit mode rotation, then from here you can just little bit adjust like this. So this is also perfect. So according to these you can adjust your or scene or you can orient your scene. But other method is also there which is perfect for if you have any reference your G or X axis. So here easily we can see this is our X axis and this is our G axis and these are our Y axis. So with the help of axis we can also adjust our scene orientation accurate. Okay, so just I am going to see orientation with the help of axis. So in edit mode, so manually with the help of manually you can adjust. Now after this just I am going to adjusting with the help of axis. So just simply click here axis. So now with here, now here you can easily see three axes are there in downside, x, y, g. So one by one you have to just define minimum 2 axes you have to define for your scenes orientation. So just first I'm going to, because here easily we can see this is our z and this is our x, and if you want you can also just see this is our y axis. Okay, so just first I'm going to adjust g axis. Now switch to our x and just switch to our y. So now see, this is our g axis reference. So just we have to place here like this. So just I have placed here like this. Now I can just come here and just a little bit rotate like this. Now a little bit just zoom here and you have to adjust. So there are 2 lines, just minimum 2 lines also you have to just as a reference align. So now here I think this is sufficient. Now after this just we have to click on x axis. So whatever axis you have reference you can just use. So maybe x axis, then simply switch to our z axis. Now just enable our x axis. Now just I'm going to see align our x axis. So these are reference for x axis. So just first this one. Now just after this here. Now you can see. Now after that just enable our z axis also. So just now a little bit x axis here just I have to adjust. I think this is looking good. Remaining just this is only remaining. I think this is perfect. Okay, so we have aligned here. After this we have to define our origin, or you can after this click here none. So now see, so we have aligned. Now after this we have to define our origin. This is important, remember this one. So just this one I am going to define as a origin. So again just select this one and just simply select this point and just click on set origin. This is important. So after aligning your axis you have to again define your origin. Now see, now you can easily see. Now after this if you want it to be adjust, then you can with the help of manual rotation also you can just adjust. Now just click on rotation. So with the help of those parameters you can just simply adjust. I think this is sufficient. Remaining just from here you can also judge your alignments. I think this is perfect. Okay, so now just I think this is perfect. Now after this, suppose if you want to now just in edit mode just simply click on none. So here suppose if you want a little bit just so here if you want you can just a little bit test your scene. So just you can add your test objects. So then right click on our scene orientation, then simply click on geometry, then click on test objects. So double click, then just create any test object. So just take little bit mushroom, then add to scene. So by default it's added on our origins. Now after this just I want to place this object here. So in downside here in test object parameters interaction mode, just simply from here you can select place at selected features. After this you can select your points. So just here we have selected. Now just test. So suppose if you want to just hide your grid or points or whatever, if you want to hide elements from viewer, then simply from here you can hide. Now just play and check. I think this is perfect. This is perfect. After this, on remaining positions if you want you can just test your object. So for this just simply I have taken tall marker, then click on recenter again. Now just I uncheck this one, then again click on add to scene. Okay, these are sufficient. Okay, now here if you want to test your scene with your own objects, then here you can also import your test object. So in same test object downside you will see import. Just simply click on import. Now you can select your FBX or OBJ. So just I have imported this one, man FBX or OBJ. So just I have selected. Now add to scene. So easily you can see. Now just see and check. So just leave it, delete. So just you have to select and delete here. Now we can focus on our object. Now just simply see and see. So this is perfect. Remaining, if you want, you can also make a duplicate. Just I have selected duplicate. So if you want, you can just select your point and also you can just create a duplicate and you can just adjust. So till here just we have successfully tracked our sort. Now after this, just I am going to export these tracking data for Maya, and if you want you can also export for Max. So now here just test object, right click and click on export, then click on export. So just we have clicked. Now from format option you have to select Autodesk Maya 2011 ASCII, and in file from here you can just select your folder. So just I have by default assigned this folder, which is pf_export. Now it's taking name from your footage. Just simply click on save. After this you have to click on export scene. Okay, now we have successfully exported this scene for Maya. Then same as for Max, again in format you have to select Autodesk 3D Max 2011 script, then we have to click on export scene. So for both we have exported our tracking data. So again check your frame rate. This is important for Maya, which is 25 fps. So if you want you can see you have tracked your shot at 25 fps. Now here in Maya, first check your scene frame rate. So just here 25 fps as in PF track, then close this one, and downside also you will see same frame rate here. Okay, so from here you can also select your 25 fps as in PF track. Now just I am going to import our MF file which we have created from PF track. Then simply open your folder. So this file just we have created, and select and just simply drag and drop here. So just click and drag and drop. Now just minimize this one. Now here this is our perspective view. So this is our camera and these are our locators, and these are some proxy geometry which we have created in PF track. Now just simply click on panels and select your camera view. So this is our camera view. Okay, so now in camera view, play and check. So this is perfect. Okay, now just I'm going to in outliner, click on window, then click on outliner. Now assign some object in display layer. Okay, so these are our proxy geometry. So see, this is our scene group. Inside this scene group, this is your camera and this is your point group, and these are your proxy geometry. Okay, which you have created in PF track. So just I have selected the geometry, then simply in our layer editors just simply assign in a new display layers. Okay, then double click. So now if you want you can just hide your locator, even you can also hide your objects. Okay, if you want you can just hide your grid from here. Okay, so simply you can hide from here if you want. Now just I have enabled our locators and just I have switched our proxy geometry. Again enable your grid here. Now here see. Okay, so if you want to little bit orient your scene in Maya, then simply you can select your scene group, and then simply with the help of rotations, all these things, you can just orient your scene, because we have perfect oriented in PF track. That's why here no need to orient. Okay, so if you want, then simply with the help of your scene group you can orient your scene. Okay, now simply just I am going to create some proxy geometry, then I will import some model for testing purpose. Okay, so just here just switch to our grid here like this, then simply just click on our plane. So just simply now here you can see now a little bit just scale. So this is only just reference object. Okay, now press W like this. Okay, so now just a little bit play and check. I think this is perfect. Okay, select and assign in a display area. So just click here and simply just hide this one. Now if you want you can also create a just top of your table like with the help of cube, then simply just select and just little bit scale down like this. So just place our this pivot point onto this corner, then hold D and V, then simply just little bit scale like this, then W, then we just snap onto this point like this, then little bit just adjust. Now just after this if you want to you can just assign a any textures or checkerboard here, then simply select and right click, assign a new material, then simply click on Lambert. After this, from in color, just click here, then from here you can just assign a texture. Now after this, press 6. Okay, so easily you can see your texture here. Okay, so now if you want to little bit adjust your textures texture, then select and just simply click on UV and object mode. Okay, so just a little bit I have adjusted here. So now just a little bit I'm going to also adjust this one, then select and again just click on UV and automatic. Maybe I think this is sufficient. Okay, so this totally depends on you. Just I'm a little bit applying just checkerboard here. Now just a little bit switch off our locators, then simply click here. Now just you can from here you can just switch off your locator. Okay, now just play and check. So here you can easily see your proxy object is following perfectly according to your camera moves. Okay, so after this little bit, if you want to just import your model, so just before this just save your scene, then simply click on file, click on save as, because we have to maintain our original MF file, so that's why just save as and give a name. Now simply click on just save as. Now if you want to little bit import your model, simply you can import your models here. So just click on file, then click on import. So any model, just only for testing purpose. So again I am selected Hulk model, then click on import, then press OK. Now just come in our perspective, because this is an unknown model, so just simply just click on our locator, so easily just we can snap here. Now press up arrow, just because this is a grouped model. Now just let me scale down like this, press W, we just snap onto the table points like this. Okay, now just come in again in camera view. Now you can adjust here, then press V. Now again just like this. Now just scale down. I think this really depends on you. Okay, so just only for explanation, just I'm importing and adjusting all these things. Little bit up arrow. So if you want, you can just little bit rotate your model. So this is totally, and just simply play and check. Now easily we can see. So this is perfect. This is perfect. Okay, so till here we have successfully imported our model, and also we have placed some geometry, and also we have imported some object for our scene. So if you like this video, please watch, share and comments. Remaining things you can adjust according to your scene, objects and other things.